This is everything I bought at the swap meet this morning. And I have a huge problem. You see, I didn't film any of it this morning. There's a reason, and it's kind of been happening a lot lately. And before we get too deep into it, which I really actually want to get pretty deep into this and talk about it, let me show you some of the stuff I got. So I got a Darkwing Duck comic, super cool, how nostalgic right here. Two of the big things I picked up was this Brave Fencer Musashi. I picked this up disc only. This Xenogears in the box, well, in the case, I guess you would call it. Didn't realize how expensive this one was. It's actually very dirty. I got it for a pretty good deal because I had to do some cleaning on this. Also, I know my hair is wild today. I took a shower this morning and just rubbed it and then decided to just hairspray it and let it go. Two things I got from Dusty this morning were two really clean Game Gears, which normally I don't want to pay anything for Game Gears because the odds of them working are slim to none, but both of them are really, really clean. I would almost argue they might have a chance of working in some way just as much as any Game Gear would, which is really low. But the Game Gear, what a cool system that just really, I feel like if the screen wasn't so zoomed in, the Game Gear would have done better for themselves. I feel like they didn't do as well as you would think. Yeah, it's color. Yeah, it looks better technically, but the Game Boy just felt, I don't know, better gameplay, more fluid in my personal opinion. And I promise you, we're gonna get into that deep dive in a minute of kind of some really intimate personal thoughts that I don't normally share on this channel, but I really feel like I need to. I'm gonna grab some batteries really quick and see if we can get these Game Gears to fire up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope these batteries actually even work and have, I think these have battery life. I think these are brand new, but let me try them out. Game Gear number 1. The red light turned on and then it turned off. That is so normal with Game Gear. I don't know what that is. When it turns on, powers on for a second, and then just powers back off. All right, Game Gear number 2. Let's see this puppy. All right, let's check this one. Nothing. Dead. Man, freaking Game Gears, man. Last thing I got from all of this haul is a bunch of loose Game Gear games. Well, maybe I shouldn't say loose because they all have manuals and really nice manuals. So hopefully that makes them a little more desirable, and a PSP right there. Should also say my good buddy Saul gave me these super sick size 10.5 Supreme Nikes right here. He knows I pretty much wear Air Force Ones exclusively. So that was super, super nice of him as I walk into my shed to talk with you guys on a more personal level with my Mega Man 3 prototype, which I could actually also use some help from you guys as well about. Now, I don't know if this type of video is necessarily for everyone, but I would argue if you've ever watched this channel or even game hunting at all, I feel like this is an important video to watch if you really watch any other creators that kind of do anything resembling what we do. We've been doing this for, I would argue, maybe not even, might not have to make the argument, but one of the longest running, maybe the longest running game collecting channels on the internet. And obviously I know we're not like the first ones to do it, right? Other people were doing it before us. But I would argue maybe we are the longest ones still doing it consistently. Yes, there's others that still put out videos who have done it before us, but I think we're the ones who are still doing it week in, week out, which we love doing. I want to make that very clear, which we love doing, which we'll do no matter what till the end of time. If YouTube shut down tomorrow, Ricky and I would still be out on Saturday, going out there with the whole crew and having a blast. That's just what we do. And gotcha, $2 each.
Yeah. No. I have part 2, but not part 1.
How much are the... And as much as I love what we're doing, and I'll say we definitely love what we do, right? It's the best. The one thing I'm struggling with a lot, and it really is starting to get to me, is being in the moment, right? I kind of think it like reminds me of when you watch people that are filming themselves at a concert and they're looking at it through the lens and they're almost like watching the lens instead of watching what's happening. I feel like sometimes that happens to me, and yes, we get to be our true authentic selves, which is why we love this channel. Even Marcus from Comfort Cartoons this morning literally like stopped us, when we weren't filming by the way, stopped us and was like, hey, I want to have a real talk with you guys and thank you guys for how much fun this is and how you treat us and just the fun you guys have and the fun that we have with him. So it's great. Don't take that wrong. Don't think I'm not having fun. We love this to death. It is so much fun. We get to make the jokes that we probably shouldn't and have a great time and love on each other. Even hunting though, sometimes I struggle to like be able to hunt because I'm always trying to manipulate the camera and make sure the shot's right and make sure, you know, I'm holding it under my arm while I'm trying to get a deal, and then I might miss a deal because I'm trying to get B-roll of it to make it look nicer. If you don't know what B-roll is, it's a shot of you that you take of an item or an object that you don't use audio from, just to show visuals. So sometimes I'm doing that stuff, and sometimes I'm just like, man, I wish I could be more in the moment with the hunting. Does that mean we're gonna stop? No, of course not. No, I'll do it forever, even with or without a camera. The one thing though that has been crossing my mind a lot is like, do I hire a cameraman? right? And that's actually how we did it in the original days of our old show called Retro Liberty, is we had a cameraman and he would follow us around. His name was Chris. He's an awesome guy. We still know him, great guy. Andy took over for a while, Ricky's brother, Art. Nowadays, I feel like I wouldn't be as comfortable. Back in the day, it was more like, hey, you wanna come to the swap meet and help out and have some fun and hold a camera? Now I feel like the downside would be, hey, I need to pay you, which of course I want to pay people for the work because we're older now, we have lives, so I feel like I'd want to do that, but which also then in return cuts into, you know, cost to run the show, which there's a lot of cost that goes into, you know, pay thumbnail people, time, effort, energy, you know, paying to get the videos edited. You don't need to worry about that though. Never want to like shame people into thinking like, watch us and support us because this stuff costs money. That's not the point. It just goes into my head of knowing like, okay, there is more budget that will have to go into getting out a single video. But I feel like a camera person might alleviate a lot of pain for me, my internal pain. I mean, the guys see it. Sometimes like a morning like today, we walked out, I had the camera in my hand ready to go and I was like, I just want to be in the moment. I don't want to look through the camera. I would love someone instead just to be like, I'll press record, I'll take care of it. You guys have fun, be yourselves. I think that's what maybe we'll try to do soon, hopefully, to help me feel like I'm more enjoying the moment of collecting with my friends rather than looking at it through a lens, like literally watching the video capture versus looking at my actual friends. That'd be a nice change. Let me update all of you on the NES Pursuit to tell you how many NES games we have now, but I have some more really personal things to share in this video. I'm just feeling like I can use this video as an excuse to vent some of my questions and thoughts about the channel that I really, honestly, I never feel like fully comfortable doing. We have only a few games left because we just got an Atlas game, a really good Atlas game, a super fun, super underrated, cutesy, kind of clunky, but cutesy game, Widget, on the NES. I feel like when you think of Atlas, you never think of Widget. You always think of like more like rare RPG or Japanese style games, never something like this. But this was sent to me by two beautiful people we met in Florida. They become awesome friends. I watch their YouTube channels as well, great people. But they wanted to send this. They're like, we gotta send this to you guys. We wanna be part of the set. So with that, we are so close. I think as of right now, we have 2 games left in the official Nintendo set. Which, by the way, those games are Power Blade 2 and Bonks. Please, nobody needs to send us anything. I just wanted to tell you all that so that you knew. Very thankful, very awesome. Check this out. I'm gonna talk to you about some of my qualms with YouTube in a second as well, other things that are kind of stressing me out that I've been thinking about for a while as well. But check this out, on the Commodore 64, Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. So as you can see right here, we're always buying video games, always buying toys and trinkets and different things. We're always needing to open up boards and different pieces and make sure things work. And with that, I have something that I've been needing for a long time and I didn't even know it. So these are the products that I was talking about. These are both awesome. This is the Fantic New E2 Ultra. This is the Fantic New E1 Max. This is kind of the one I wanted to talk about today. These are some amazing precision screwdrivers. So recently, if you saw in a video, Ricky and I got this prototype Mega Man 3, which we had to open up with some bits on the back. And sometimes we can accidentally be a little too aggressive, but with stuff like this sleek, super precision screwdriver, you're asking, is this the screwdriver? Well, check this out. You can push this button. This is your super sleek, super beautiful precision screwdriver. Where's all the bits though? Does it have any? How about 50? Built inside, all magnetic, like the most simple, easy to access if you want to pull it out. Ready to put it back in? Want to see how simple? It's back in. And aside from that, it has other things like the electric screwdriver, tweezers, and a crowbar in this crazy small box. Literally with the push of a button, the screwdriver pops out. This is also like an exquisite aluminum box. It's just so nice, look at that, it's so good. Also, as you can see on this, there's 2 different torque settings, low and high. So I've seen other people online use this for things like PCs and inner workings of really tight spaces. Super good stuff. For me personally, as you can see, I got this right here. I got my Mega Man 3. I got my bit inside. That is so nice. Also, the battery lets you continuously work for more than 2 hours, USB-C port charging, a beautiful pop-up design, everything in a magnetic case, beautiful LED lights. This is the way to go. Check out my link in the description below to check it out. These things are awesome, super game changer. If you do what we do, which obviously you do, this is huge. I literally can't wait to show like my tech friends like Ben and all those guys. So this is awesome. Link down below. I got this from an awesome guy named Monkey Poo on Whatnot. Super cool dude. Actually went to his house with Retro Rick. But this gameplay actually looks super nice. And I didn't even know it was like a thing on the Commodore 64. Another thing that was really cool that Monkey Poo had was these super clean Game Genies in the box, like dead stock. I think he said he got them from someone in Brazil, and they were just like minty, minty, minty. And if you didn't have a Game Genie back in the day, you weren't living, because all the baddies, we had Game Genies. I was not a baddie. I was like cool, but also a nerd. I was a fat kid too. You know, I had a lot going for me. I was a funny guy. I was kind of like the Chris Farley. Like everyone thought I was funny. I think I won like class clown or something in 6th grade. So I have one other thing that has been stressing me out about the channel for quite a while now. And I want y'all's opinion, and I want real, honest, truthful opinions in the comments. They matter, they're important. I don't know if it's gonna fully sway me because I like to make my own decisions, but at the same time, I would love opinions for real. And who knows, maybe I can be swayed one way or another. And this has bugged me for a while. That's the name of our channel. It's just straight up the name of our YouTube channel. Also, check this out, and I will dive into that. So many Nintendo powers lately, or not this one, this is a Mario Kart Wii guide. But it's just like, I've been buying so much in bulk and so many collections from people that it's been such a blessing and so much fun. Again, sometimes I let my love for handling video game stuff get the best of me. I'm like, I don't even know if I'll make money on this. I don't know if I can even use it for my collection, one way or the other, but I wanna buy it because gosh darn it, I love freaking just handling video game stuff, going through this type of stuff, just having it, holding it, selling it, whatever it is, displaying it. It all to me is like in that crazy world of, I just love being around freaking video games, dude. So about the name of the channel. So Pixel Game Squad has been around for, gosh, quite a long time now. You know, it was Retro Liberty back in the days, if you know. And it's fine. It was also a name that was given to us kind of by someone that was helping us launch the channel back in the day, a friend of ours that we kind of worked with, and it might have served a better purpose back then. But as I've been getting older, heck, I just hit 40 soon, which maybe we can talk about. I just hit 40 recently, not soon, that wouldn't make sense. I just hit 40 recently, and the name Pixel Game Squad feels a little juvenile to me, and I know, don't get me wrong, we are some of the most juvenile guys out there. We are goofy, we're dumb, we act like idiots every week, but we love doing it. I've always kind of want to go back to the roots of like, Retro Liberty had kind of like an Americana feeling, you know, American Pickers. I would definitely want to stay on brand with the word pixel because I feel like that is a huge part of us, right? Like we run conventions and people know us as Pixel Game Squad. I will say a lot of people just call us Pixel at the swap meet. I've always thought of like a good combination of the two, and I don't want to be swayed by their names, but if we did change it, we've been kind of toying with the idea of being called American Pixel. And it has the American feel. It still feels a little juvenile because we are juvenile, but it also lends to the fact that Ricky and I have really just always liked like this Americana feeling. Heck, it's what I've said before. I collected before I even collected video games at all, especially on the internet. So what do you think? Do you think it would affect the channel? Like, would it taint our views? Would it mess with things? Do people care? I've seen other people change their channel names before and it didn't really affect anything. And even though I say it didn't affect anything, like, would people not put 2 and 2 together, or would people not blink? I have a feeling if I put out a new name, American Pixel, kind of new branding, still on par with what we do, but put it out on the same day of video releases, like change the name, and the video, like obviously I'll make sure it's one where like Ricky and I are both in the thumbnail, and it's like you see the thumbnail and then realize after it's been changed. I don't know, is this something, my brain wants to think like more like analytically and logistically and ask ChatGPT like, will this work, which I have asked before and they said, yes, it would be totally fine. Who knows what ChatGPT knows? I don't know if I trust ChatGPT. But I think sometimes I want to speak to my heart more than I speak to numbers. And this channel has never been about numbers. It's never been about how many subscribers. It's never been about how much money. Of course, it takes money to run this. But at the same time, a lot of times I feel like this channel has been, like we mentioned earlier in the video, going on for so freaking long because we've always listened to our heart. We've never been like, oh, well, this is viral now, let's do this. Oh, this is hot, let's do this. Oh, people don't care about the NES anymore, let's do this. We've always been led by our hearts, and I feel like it's never led us wrong in the long run. I'm feeling American Pixel. I'm feeling it, Ricky's feeling it, the guys are feeling it, but I don't know, how are you feeling it? Check out this gift for my birthday. Gabbo got me this. What a freaking gift right here. Bone Storm for the NES. Yeah, this isn't actually a Nintendo game, obviously. If you know The Simpsons, this is a classic, iconic episode where Bart and Milhouse really want this game. They end up stealing it and it becomes a whole thing. But this, Gabbo got me this for my birthday, and it has the game, and it even has, or the box, and then it has the game in here. There's no cart inside. There's nothing to dump on there. Maybe I'll get John Riggs to put something on there or make a game or something. Bone Storm featuring me and Ricky. Yeah, that could be cool. Also, I just caught the pun. It says Nintendo Entertainment System. That's comedy. Nice job, company.
So tell your folks, buy me, Bone Storm, or go to hell!
So this is could be a heated conversation amongst the community. This Mega Man 3, the prototype that we got last week, if you missed it, Ricky and I bought a lot of video games. This Mega Man 3 was in there with no label. Come to find out, yeah, it's a freaking Mega Man 3 prototype. Like, do we as guys who have been collecting NES forever, especially NES set, like, do we owe the community keeping it? Should we sell it to go someone else? Obviously, we need to dump ROMs and do all that, but my thought would be that maybe we should hire like the best speedrunner in the world for Mega Man 3 and see if he can play it through maybe on our channel, see, because he'll know every pixel and every square inch of mistakes so he can see how different this is from the finished product, if it is different at all. And I'll be 1000% transparent. I feel like this whole video just needs to be transparency talk. I don't know if I really have a desire to keep this. And I don't know if it's because I'm older now, again, hitting 40. There's just certain things where I'm like, there's items I want to keep, like my NES set, I keep pretty much everything. I have weird homebrews, as you saw, Bone Storm and weird stuff and odd stuff. But stuff like prototypes, I think that could go to someone who's like more of a prototype collector, would like to have this, but then my brain starts to think, and I really know I shouldn't be thinking like this, is like, will people care? I know I say that I don't care what people think online, and I really don't. Like, I truly gave that speech in the last video, like, you really shouldn't care what people think about you online, but y'all at the same time are my people. You are my community. And I just don't know if there'll be like a heavy backlash for people being like, you guys should hold on to that. You guys are the guys who found it. You guys are kind of like the NES guys on the internet. I'm not trying to give us like any sort of like hierarchy of NES people. We're clearly at the bottom of the intelligent totem pole on the internet. But I don't know. I just could see this going to someone else that would make them happier. And yes, of course, the money would be nice as well. Of course. Let's not be stupid and act like that doesn't exist.
今度は宇宙で決戦だロックマンロボット犬ラッシュを従えさらにパワー
I know this video kind of turned into like a weird like riff venting slash getting things off his chest type of video, but I feel like we don't really get to do this that much. And I feel like if we never do stuff like this, like if we never talk to you on a more personal level and only just go out and goof, we kind of lose like the understanding of the behind the story of why or what or the inner thinkings within the channel. So one more point that I want to make and vent off my chest. And isn't it funny how I'm always switching camera angles? See, even when I'm trying to like not put effort into the videos, my brain's like, well, I have to somewhat make it look nice for them and move camera around. My last thought is, and sometimes I don't wrestle with this on any way, but I think in my brain, I'm like, am I more of a reseller than a collector? And I feel like back in the day, that was like something I didn't want to have to wrestle with, and the answer be reseller. But as I get older and as I go on, there's nothing wrong with either. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking pride in reselling or taking pride in collecting. I personally like to do both, but I feel like reselling is probably more of my life than the collecting is, because I feel like there's one thing that takes precedent over both of those things. There's collecting, which I love to do, mostly Nintendo, NES, SNES era stuff is where my real heart has been the past few years. And then reselling is right above it, not because I enjoy it more. I will say I don't enjoy that one more, but I just have to do it more because I'm always buying such big collections. I'm forced to resell in order to keep that going so I can return money, get games. You know how it goes. But above all that is always gonna be the hunt. And that's like so far above it, which is so interesting to me. Yes, collect, yes, more resell, let's just be honest. But the hunt is just, it's like such a higher precedent over those that it's almost shocking to me. Maybe it's because through the years, Ricky and I have been together for so long as friends, and our friendship has done nothing but build and build and build and build and build. And now we're like this. We're like as close as you can get as buddies. Going on a trip with him and his wife next week. We travel together. His wife, Nicole, his kids. I would die for every single one of them. They're family, Ricky's family. But also it keeps building with people like Gabo and Mort and Ben and Curtis and Mikey and everybody, Camel Crew, everyone, Marcus. I'm not gonna name everybody. If I didn't say your name, don't get mad. I'm literally thinking your names in my head right now, but I'm not gonna say them all because then you go into the level of who's getting left out. It's just become such an ecosystem of love of being out there. Last night we all went to a movie. We saw that new movie about, it's like King of Kong Part 2 with like Walter Day, about his journey into going into, into music and all that. We went out with the guys, and there was a period when we were driving home, we were all singing at the top of our lungs, literally laughing hysterically. Like we were laughing hysterically, having a good time, like almost tears in our eyes. And no one said anything, but I just like kind of looked in the rearview mirror and I saw us all and I was like, this is it. This is it. This is so much better than the collecting. This is so much better than the reselling. It's the journey. And I know that's said so often, so lightheartedly, but it's true. It's a true thing. The rewards of building this through time are so much better on the friendship side than the ownership side of what you own or the money that you own or obtain. And I know people talk about this all the time, but it's true. As you get older, you start to realize these things. Money's paper, dude. It comes and goes. You can be rich and kill it and crush it, and more freaking power to you. Earn that dang money. I work freaking hard for my money. I make a great living now and I work my butt off. More power to you. But it can be taken away so quickly. And the things that matter are gonna be the friends who stick with you, the family who sticks with you. That's the stuff. That's what is the number one. None of this crap means anything. Burn the games, burn the money. Give me friends who are gonna be with me, whether I'm freaking broke as a joke or I'm freaking richer than rich and can imagine. That's where true richness is in these people. And through these years on this show, man, the community, the people, the swap meet, running expos now has been the freaking greatest thing ever because we get to be a part of the community. We get to talk to you guys. We laugh with you guys. We've been doing this for so long, over 100,000 subscribers, millions of views. Is this a flex? No, but it's to say we still freaking read comments. We reply to hundreds of people every time because we love this. We love what's been built and I wouldn't change it for anything. It's the freaking best, and it's because of every single one of you watching. It really is. So typical YouTuber cliche, but it really freaking is. You guys go away, the YouTube channel vibe, all this stuff can die in a day. It's gone. And that's why even if y'all left and I still have the friends, I can still go to bed smiling, the friends and family, because these freaking journeys have worked themselves together every way, climbing ladder piece by piece by piece, all together into one big old conglomerate of freaking happiness. Whatever happens with the channel, whether we go for another 40 years, 50 years, will I make it another 50 years? Maybe, who knows, whatever it may be, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, you changed my life in every way, forever. And I'll never be able to express it. Never, no amount of words will truly comprehend my actual feelings towards what's happened in my life through doing this because of you guys. For real. Thank you. Bye.